All right, listen up, Falcons fans. We've got some serious news to break down today. This isn't just another update, this one hits different. Now, if you've already heard parts of this story, feel free to jump ahead. But if you haven't, don't go anywhere, because this part connects directly to what's coming next. So here's what went down. Just over a week ago, there was an announcement. Last weekend, the bosses stepped in with a new idea. They offered a chance to come back. Not full-time, but part-time, after a short break in June. Why? Because they know fans still want content. They need coverage while they search for a new face, and we all still want that NFL talk to keep rolling. So here's the plan. The last day in the office was May 23rd, but starting mid-June, some new home-recorded videos are coming, 4 or 5 times a week, for about a month. It's not the end, just a new way to keep the fire going. But now, let's shift gears. Let's talk about why you clicked on this video in the first place. ESPN just dropped a bombshell. NFL analyst Mike Clay, one of the top names out of Bristol, has released his rookie stat predictions for 2025. We're talking about who's going to make the biggest impact as a rookie, and guess what? The Atlanta Falcons are right in the spotlight. Mike Clay predicted which rookies would lead in major categories like sacks. And 2 names from Atlanta, right near the top. Jalen Walker is tied for first in projected rookie sacks, 6 total. And he's not alone. James Pierce also cracked the top 5 with 5 sacks, tied with another top prospect. That's 2 Falcons, both drafted in round 1, showing up big in this projection. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. 5 sacks? 6 sacks? That doesn't sound like a lot. But let me stop you right there. Let's talk facts. The Falcons have been dead last in sacks across the entire league, not just one season, but the last 4 years combined. This pass rush has been invisible. So if these 2 rookies can bring in even 5 or 6 sacks each, that's a major shift. That's momentum. That's hope. I'll be honest, I'd take that in a heartbeat. If these young guys can come in and make more noise than we've heard in years, then sign me up right now. And here's the crazy part. Mike Clay didn't just throw out random numbers. He sees 5 rookies from this draft class hitting 5 or more sacks. And 2 of them, they wear the red and black of Atlanta. Let's talk facts, because history matters. In the past few years, rookies like Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner, and Byron Young led the league's rookie sack totals, and guess what? None of them even reached 10 sacks. That's right. Only Micah Parsons has done that recently. Before him, maybe Von Miller, and we're talking over a decade ago. It's extremely rare for rookies to break that 10-sack barrier. Now let's focus on the Atlanta Falcons. Do you know the last time a rookie in Atlanta got even close to 6.5 sacks? Not last year, not 10 years ago, not even when the first iPhone came out. You have to go all the way back to 1970. That's over 50 years ago. Back then, this show would have been written up in a newspaper, not on YouTube. In the last 25 years, the best rookie pass rusher the Falcons had was Tack McKinley, who hit 6 sacks in 2017. That's the highest number any Atlanta rookie has put up when it comes to getting to the quarterback. So if Jalen Walker ends up with 6 sacks and James Pierce adds 5, that's 11 combined sacks. Stop right there. That's already a win. That's not something to overlook. In fact, that would make up about 25% of the Falcons' entire sack total from last season. And that's just from 2 rookies. Think about that. A quarter of your entire sack production from 2 first-year players. That's not just good. That's a game changer. Now, if I'm being honest, I think ESPN's prediction might have the order flipped. Mike Clay has Walker with 6 sacks and Pierce with 5. But here's how I see it. James Pierce might actually finish with more. Why? Let's break it down. Walker is a bit smaller, but he's strong. He played all over the field at Georgia. Linebacker, edge, wherever they needed him. The Falcons plan to start him at edge rusher, but they'll probably move him inside on 3rd downs to get a mix of Pierce, Walker, Floyd, and Ebickham all on the field together. Pierce, on the other hand, is a pure speed demon. He dominated with raw speed at Tennessee. He was untouchable in college, but the NFL is a whole different world. In college, he could just run around tackles. But in the NFL, these offensive linemen are quick, smart, and strong. They're like big cats, fast and tough, and they'll be studying him, watching his every move, finding ways to shut down his speed. Still, I think Pierce is going to adjust faster than Walker. His game is more straightforward. His role is more focused, so I'm calling it now. James Pierce will lead the team's rookies in sacks this year. Now it's your turn. Who do you think will have more sacks in their rookie season? Drop your prediction in the comments. Walker or Pierce? All right, now let's talk more rookies, because this year's class is looking really interesting for the Falcons. First up, there's James Pierce. I think he's going to be a force in 2025. As for Jalen Walker, I'm expecting him to keep growing and get even better by 2028. But right now, I want to give Walker some time to warm up. That's one bold prediction from ESPN, but the story doesn't stop there. There's another pair of rookies getting some serious buzz, and these guys play defense in the secondary, the defensive backs. The Falcons picked up two really talented players in the third and fourth rounds, Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman. Before we get into those two, quick shout out to Fanatics. If you want to show your support and grab a Jalen Walker or James Pierce jersey, or even other Falcons gear, just check out the link in the comments and video description. It's a great way to back the team and get ready for the season. Now back to Watts and Bowman. I heard a cool nickname thrown around for them, Fire and Ice. I had to stop and find out what that meant because it sounds awesome. And guess where it came from? Jerry Gray, the Falcons defensive backs coach. He said he calls them Fire and Ice and told the media, "You'll understand once you talk to them." So, what's the story behind the nickname? When Bowman was asked about his goals for his first NFL season, he didn't hold back. He said straight up, "My expectations are always to start right away." Boom. That's fire right there. Coming in as a fourth-round pick, he's saying, "I'm an alpha. I expect to compete, to start, and to make everyone better." That's pure confidence. Some might say cocky, but in football, that's exactly what you want. The best players are the most competitive. If you don't believe you can start, why are you here? Unless you're Kirk Cousins, who's happily backing up Michael Penix, that's a special case. But for everyone else, it's all about competition. I love that Bowman has that fire, that fighting spirit, and that's exactly the kind of mindset the NFL demands. If you come in saying, "I'm fine with being a third-string guy or just on the practice squad," you probably won't last long. Bowman's attitude is perfect. Now here's where the ice part comes in. That's Xavier Watts. He's a little different. Watts isn't making big predictions. He's quieter. He says, "I'm just trusting my teammates and coaches. We'll see what happens." That calm, cool, steady approach, that's the ice. It's like the perfect balance to Bowman's fire. Look, there's nothing wrong with Watts playing it safe and not talking big. Some rookies prefer to quietly work their way up. And that's okay. But I like the mix of both. The Falcons have a little fire and ice going on in that locker room now. A mix of confidence and calm. That's a great recipe. On the field, Bowman is expected to battle for the nickel corner spot, competing with veterans like Alfred Phillips. Meanwhile, Watts will be fighting for a starting safety spot, going up against Jordan Fuller and DeMarco Helms. Now, don't expect both of them to be starting right out of the gate in Week 1. It's too early for guarantees, but this competition, it's real, and it's exactly what the Falcons need to turn their defense around. Now, let me be real with you. I don't think both Bowman and Watts will be starting in Week 1. Honestly, it might be neither of them starting right away, but here's the thing. Both of them will start at some point during the 2025 season. Mark my words. Billy Bowman showed some serious skills in college at Oklahoma. He's great at covering receivers and has incredible hands to catch the ball when it's thrown his way. That kind of talent, it's rare. And Xavier Watts, the guy is a ball hawk. For the last 2 years, he led the entire country in interceptions, 13 picks total. That's huge. When a player can take the ball away like that, it changes games. So yeah, I really believe the Falcons found some real gems in these two. Here's a cool behind-the-scenes story I want to share. Josh Kendall from The Athletic reported that the Falcons were super happy to get Watts when they did. See, Watts was expected to go much earlier, like in the second round around pick 46, but he kept slipping down the draft board, falling and falling, and then Atlanta at pick 101 jumped on him. The Falcons actually gave up a future fifth-round pick just to move up and grab Watts because they were worried the Raiders, who picked just 3 spots before, might take him first. Now, I bet the Raiders wish they had him on their team. That's how much Atlanta wanted Watts. That's how much they believed in him. And I'm telling you, I love both of these Falcons draft picks. Right now, everyone is drinking the Kool-Aid on their team's draft picks. Everyone's excited about the rookies. But I'm being 100% real with you. I really like what Atlanta did in this draft.